Hello! So as you can see, we have our already connected up rig here, and the next thing to do is to actually add our own rig. So that is exactly what we're going to do now. So I'm going to go Shift A, Armature, Single Bone, and this is going to be our base bone. We're going to name everything as we go. We're going to name this one Base. And the very first thing we're going to do is then we're going to go onto this button on the side, and under viewport display we're going to put in front, and all this will do will make it so that you can see the bone through the body. Very helpful. Then with the bone selected, we're going to go into edit mode, or tab to go into edit mode, and the first part we're going to add is the hip. So I'm going to press Shift D to duplicate that bottom bone, then I'm going to press Z to lock it to the Z axis, and we're going to place it up here. But we're going to bring it down a little, up to about the center of the waist point, being here. Don't need to be perfect, but try to get it roughly accurate. Then we're going to extrude up again, up to the sort of central point of the ribs, and then up again to the bottom of the neck as the torso. Then we're going to go back through and name these. We're going to name this one hip. We'll go stomach. Oh, I've named the wrong one. And this one will be, I'm naming the wrong things. I'm an idiot. This one is hip, stomach, torso. Yeah, make sure you're in this menu, not this one, otherwise you'll just be renaming the armature. So I'm going to rename this back to armature. Perfect. So we got hip, we got the stomach, we got the torso, and next up we're going to extrude for the neck. Doesn't need to be a big one there. So that'll be neck, and one more for the head. And head. Perfect. Now, on here, we're going to come all the way back down to the hips again, and we're going to come out to the side, and this is going to be hip L. Hip underscore L. So obviously this is his left hand side because we are from the viewing from the front, and I'm going to extrude down from the hip to about the center of the leg. This is going to be thigh underscore L. Then from there we're going to go down to the bottom of the leg, and that's going to be calf underscore L. Then on side view we're just going to come forward for the foot, and we're going to make two bones for the foot. This will be foot underscore L, and then one more for toes underscore L. Brilliant. And we're only doing the left side, we're not doing the right side, so I'm going to go back up to the top. Selecting this one, I'm going to extrude this out to around the center point of the arm. I'm going to name this one shoulder underscore L. Next out to the center of the arm here, and a little bit back a bit. This will be bicep underscore L. Then over to the base of the hand, forearm underscore L. Then we're going to go up once. We're going to call this bit hand underscore L. Then out for the fingers. Fingers underscore L. Then on the bottom, come down for thumb underscore L. So, it looks like we have our rig, except it's not lined up. So, in top view, which you can hit by pressing 7 on your numpad, or by holding the tilde key and going top. Then I can press Z and go into wireframe, just because I like to work in it, but because we have see-through, we could work in this thing. I just prefer wireframe, because as you can see here, you couldn't see where the thumb ends. In wireframe you can. I'm going to pull this back to the center. Pull this to about the center of the arm. Pull this to there. I'm just going to line everything up where it needs to be on the inside here. Now it might clip slightly through on the thumb, and that's my mighty fine. Nope, it's actually okay. And we know this lines up because we already did it. And what I'm going to do now is come out of edit mode, make the body disappear, then select the thing. So to make the body disappear, just select it, press H. Then I'm going to go object mode, pose mode on the body. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to move different parts. So I'm selecting this shoulder piece, lifting up and down. That works. Elbow. Making sure that everything that needs to be connected is connected. Absolutely fine. Perfect. So once you've got everything in position, select everything. Then you can hold Alt, press R to remove rotations, G to remove positions, and S if you've scaled it. Brilliant. So we're going back to edit mode now. Going on to the side view. And I want to select this piece. And I'm going to extrude. And we're going to go straight backwards. I'm going to make it a nice size so that we can see it well. Then with it selected, we want to go into the bone properties here. Make sure we name this one foot IK_L. And then under parent, we're going to remove it. And under deform, we're going to remove it. Then on the knee, we're going to do the same. We're going to extrude this one, but we're going to go forwards. Again, making it a nice size so that we can see it. And here we're going to go knee IK_L. And we're going to remove the parent. And we're going to remove the deform. Perfect. Then back to pose mode. Then selecting the lower part of the leg, the calf, we're going to add in our very first constraint. So bones constraints. We're going to click it. We're going to click on inverse kinematics, which will light it up orange. Very pretty. And target is armature. The bone we want is the foot IK.L. This will now mean that it now follows the foot, as you can see here. But obviously that's not how our leg moves. So we need to go pole target, armature, and then the bone, we want the knee. So, although this isn't going to work as planned straight away, it will now attempt to point towards that part. But it's not currently, because we've got the chain length on 1. Now it's not going to move at all. And chain length at 2. There we go. Now as I move this, you'll notice that it's still not bending, which is an issue that you're going to get as well. Let's go back into edit mode. Go onto the side view. We're going to select it, press G, then Y, and we're just going to move it forward the tiniest bit. And we can actually move this forward as well, just to move it out of the way. Now, everything should work fine. Yep. So now I can move this around, and you notice the leg tries to point at the thing, and I can move it around, and you'll notice that the foot moves with it. You'll also notice that we don't actually have any control over the foot. We'll do that bit in a minute. We're going to do the arm first. Perfect, so that's that piece done. So let's do the arm. So from the hand, we're going to extrude backwards, pressing Y to lock it to the Y transformation. Again, make it sizable so that we can see it well. Down in settings, we're going to go hand IK_L, remove the parent, remove the deform. Then we're going to go onto the elbow, and again, we're going to extrude this one, going straight back. And this will be elbow IK_L. And again, remove the parent, remove the deform. And we can actually move this one back a little, and though we do need to, in order to do that, we have to actually disconnect it properly. There we go. Then back into pose mode. Similar to the forearm, we want the lower part of the arm here. And then onto this one, add bone constraints, inverse kinematics. Target is the armature. We want the hand IK.L. Pole target, again, is the armature. And we want the elbow IK.L. So, obviously this isn't what we want because currently the chain length is 0. Put it to 1 and it will move just that part. Put it to 2 and it will now move the other part. Now as you can see, this has also caused our own issue. And this is where we'll likely have to move this probably to exactly 90 degrees. And now it should always, there we go, perfect. Now the hand, it will always point exactly where we want it to point. Perfect. So there is nothing stopping us now, if we wanted to, just accepting that as finished. But there are a few more bones that we would probably like to have. So although we're able to move this around now, and we're able to move the arm around, we might also want to have some body movement. Although we can obviously, oh no we can't. So there are a couple of things that we can't move still. We probably want to attach some bones, because for example we don't really want the body to be able to move away from the hip like this, and we probably want it to attempt to stick together. So if we click this one and then this one in edit mode, click this one then this one, shift P, and we click shift P and we get keep offset. Now if we go to pose mode and move this, it'll actually pull the other parts around with it, which is exactly what we want. I'm actually going to reset everything back to normal. There we go. But now nothing gets left behind. And then if I do this one to this one to do the exact same, this part to do this part, keep the offset, and now when I move this, it'll actually do that. So this will actually act sort of as our jump button, because you'll notice that the IK still works, allowing us to have this. Only thing that we've got currently is that the toe bone is annoyingly sort of sticking to it. So we will fix that now. So although this is working fine, what we want to do is go to edit mode, this one to this one, and let's keep their offset. Now if I go to pose mode and pull this down, you'll notice the foot doesn't bend with it. So we could actually pull this all the way back, and obviously these two are disconnecting at the moment, so we'll have to fix that. But we do have some control here. And if I kick this one to this one, in edit mode, this one to this one, and actually have them connected, pose mode, now they won't do that. But we've lost the control again, which means we actually need to start limiting stuff. So, add bone constraint, and we'll copy the rotation, armature for ik.l, and we want to actually go invert. And make sure we have it right. Okay, so it's actually not enjoying that at all. So we won't bother doing that. But we could set this to this and keep the offset on this one. Should come with it now. There we go. And now we have control. We'll go with that for now. And we probably want one on the torso, so we're going to do that now. Let's go to edit mode, extrude out of here, going backwards. Now if I go on to the bottom one here, we'll call this torso ik.l. Again, remove parent, remove deform. We'll click on this one here in pose mode and inverse kinematics. So this is the target, and then we'll go for the torso ik.l. And now if we move this, you'll notice it's pulling the whole body. We probably don't want that much of the body. We probably just want to be able to lean. So we'll just move some of these a little. There we go. So now we have some upper body control. And we probably want a lower body control as well. So we'll do that. But another thing we could probably do with is a pose direction controller. So let's extrude this one out. And we'll again, for this one, turn off the form. Make sure I turn off the form with this one. I did. Put it forward. And then in pose mode, we can always set the pole target to armature. Make sure I've named this bone. Torso face ik.l. The names don't matter. You can name whatever you want as long as you understand your naming convention. Then you're fine. ik.l. Oh. Why is this moved? I shouldn't have moved. Moving this around. Good, but why has that moved? I'm going to need to adjust the pole target to -90. There we go. And then this should move the whole body around. There we go. So that'll allow us to rotate our body. It won't pull the arm around on its own. It'll only rotate the shoulder. Perfect. And rotating this should not rotate the shoulder. No, it does not, because we want to be able to individually control the shoulders to make them shrug. There's nothing stopping us having a shrug controller if we want one, but we'll want... we'll do that later. We've got control over the foot. We wanted a lower body control, didn't we? So it's pose mode, edit mode, at the bottom here. So let's go to the back. And again, we're going to call this one hip ik.l. Disconnect the parent, remove the deform. And I've already named it not .l. Just put hip ik. Did I name this one L? Yes, I don't want the L. How about this one? I did. Oh, let's just torso ik. Make sure that didn't ruin anything here. It did not. Yeah, so we have some control here. And we have some control here. I probably do want this one too. Yep. So same issue as earlier. I need a slight bend here. So into side view. Pull it forward a little. Now if I go into pose mode and move this. Oh, into pose mode and move this. There we go. So now I have a little bit more control. Or if I want to, I could bend it the other way so that it bends forward. I could always do that. Let's do that now. And Y, put it back. Pose mode. There we go. So depending on what sort of way I want it to go. Now, with this one, we've already removed the deform, yes. Just make sure. Remove the relations, remove the deform, perfect. So we'll select this one. Inverse kinematics. Armature, we want to check to hip ik. So let's check that one. Hip ik.l, and we'll at least one chain length. And we can then move that one around. Again, we don't want too much movement here, so we might want to minimize this one a little. I'm gonna edit mode, push it back a little. Back to pose mode. Okay, it does not like that at all. We'll put that back. Okay. Yeah, so we have some movement here, but we don't have much, so let's put this to 2. Oh, that instantly shifts it up. That does not look right at all. I think that's due to... Oh, it does not like that at all. I think it might have to be on 1. Ooh, yeah, it doesn't like this at all, so we might not go with this one. So if we can remove this one, then we won't go with that one, and we will go edit, delete. It'll just have to make sure that what we do with this top one doesn't move that bottom bone, because then we can actually use that bone on its own, like so. And shifting that down should automatically bring that one in the out. Yeah, it should. Cool. Well, we probably do want a way of controlling which way the face looks, because at the moment the face just looks forward or whatever way the head moves. So let's do that then. Edit mode. And we want to bring this out to the front. I think this is the front. No, that's the back. Out to the front. I'm going to keep it the same aligned upwards. And that's fine. Again, I should change the things here to face, look, IK, remove deform, remove the parent, selecting this one. Pose mode, and I want to do a track 2 here. Armature, and then face look. So now moving this should make the head look left and right. It does. You have control of the up, you have control of the down, everything like that. So now if I move this over like this, your face will actually automatically do it. Perfect. So that's the track 2. Next up, we can also have another one up here. Oh, I do want it centered, so I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to put it up here. And we shouldn't need to change anything here, but we're going to change it as face bend IK. Should probably be head rather than face, but we'll say head bend IK. And then in the edit mode, go onto the head, not edit mode, pose mode, go onto the head. We'll do a schematics, armature. Oh, I need at least one. And there we go. So now we can make it look left or move. Another thing we can actually do is we could, if we wanted to, offset these. Keep offset. And then if I move it this way, the head will move like that. Not necessarily what we want, so I'm going to clear that for now. And I'm just going to accept controlling these independently. Because then I can shift the head to one side and make it look upwards, or shift it to the other side, make it look down. Or if I wanted to, just put it right forward and look straight down. But we have that control, and that choice and option is ours. Brilliant. So this looks like quite a complicated rig, but I promise you it's not. So what we can actually do is select a lot of these, and then what we're going to do is we're going to press M. I'm going to put it on layer 2. Now, the reason for this is all of these bones are actually non-deform bones. So if I go through them all and check, not one of them should have a parent or a deform. Oh, this one does have deform. Oh, that's the base bone, so that's fine. That one's allowed to. Though we don't actually want that to deform. But that's not the IK rig. Just making sure. Cool, we're all clear. And on here, we have now got 2 little setups. So on this one, we can actually shift click to make sure we have both selected. What we now want to do is to duplicate this on one side. So everything selected on one side. If we now type symmetrize in edit mode, it will automatically fill out the other side, and these should still automatically work. They do. Perfect. And we could actually, if we wanted to, probably increase the chain length on this one to give us a little bit more bend here. But if we do that, we probably will have to just to oh no, we've already got that. So it's kind of down to a little bit of preference here. I think 2 is going to work better than 3, because I think the third one is going to create weird bends like that, where I much prefer the singular bend like that. As long as I'm conservative with it and not pushing it forward too much, you can get the lean forwards and stuff like this. But what we're going to do now Let's bring back our body. We're going to select the body. We're going to shift select the rig and Control P. And we're going to go automatic weights. Now for the moment of truth, we don't expect this to be instantly perfect, but we're going to be hopeful. We have got some movement here, that's good. We have the knee control, though we might want to do some cleaning up because it's moving a little bit more stuff as well, like further back up the top. We have the upper body control, move it forward and backwards. Got the arms. Yeah, so again, we might want to do a little bit of cleaning up because we have a bit of distortion on the rest of the body. Cool. We can look left and right, and that's not affecting anything else. That's good. We can lean the head, and that's also not affecting anything else. That's good. Though it might need a little bit of cleaning just because the head's getting distorted a bit. Though it's this bone that actually needs a cleaning. Make sure the other side works. Yeah, again, it works fine. It's just a case of cleaning up any errors. And this arm works fine. Perfect. So that for now is our rig. It should still work perfectly fine in any mode you want. I'm going to change to EV because it'll run quicker. Yeah, we do have full control. Yeah, you can do some odd stuff with it. It's our very first rig, so do play with it. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope this was useful. If you want to see how to do all the cleanup and stuff, then do stay tuned and I'll do another episode on that. If this is already good enough for exactly what you want, then perfect. But if you want more, then obviously stick around, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. We'll see what we can do. We'll do a sort of a basic partially through running pose here. And perfect. We've got a sort of a run and a bit of a dash sort of thing going on. Brilliant. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Take care.